our San Antonio Spurs will have picks 4 and 8 in the upcoming draft. Let's see what we can do with them, Spurs fans.
Go, Spurs, go, 'cause the Giants stink.
What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. So if you haven't heard, Nikola Topic injured his knee, a player that a lot of mock drafts had the Spurs potentially taking, a player that you guys wanted, and now with an injury to the same knee, a knee he just injured back in January, this is probably going to hurt his stock, his value in the upcoming draft. I can't see anybody taking him in the top 5 with the injury concerns. So we're going to run it here from 1 through 8. We're going to do the picks for the Hawks, the Wizards, and the Rockets, then our Spurs, and then we'll draft for the Pistons, Hornets, and Blazers, and then our Spurs again. And hopefully, old TSR Sports here drafts 2 players that you guys are happy with. Hopefully, you're happy with the way I put this together. And, let's just get into it. So first up, the Atlanta Hawks. And my goodness, so many of us Spurs fans were excited to have the Hawks picks in 25 to 27. Still happy about that. But we thought the Hawks were going to blow it up. And now, who the heck knows? Are the Hawks going to try to do something with the first overall pick and put something together with Trae Young? He seems to have a foot out the door, and DeJounte Murray. Are they going to blow it up and rebuild off of their first round pick, Alexander Sarr? I got to imagine that's who the Hawks are going with. Every mock draft I'm seeing has the Hawks taking Alexander Sarr, and I certainly get it. I don't know what they're going to do with their backcourt. DeJounte and Trae doesn't seem to be working, but as far as the draft goes, this seems like the right thing to do, and I think Atlanta definitely takes Sarr. Up next, the Washington Wizards. Every mock I've been looking at, for the most part, has them taking Donovan Cleveland. And one thing they certainly can use defense. They can use a player that plays smart, and I think they go with UConn center, the UConn 2-time double N champions, UConn, Donovan Cleveland, going to the Washington Wizards. Okay. But the 3rd overall pick, and this one hurts me, because a lot of mock drafts were saying that possibly the Rockets took Nikola Topic, which I didn't see happening. Now it won't happen. I think they're going to go BPA, best player available, a player that the Spurs would want. I think it'd be quite obvious the Spurs would like to get a wing and point guard upgrade in this draft. And the top wing right now on the board is Zachary Sachet, and I think the Rockets end up taking him. I see a few mocks having him draft him as well. And it hurts me to do this, to see him go to an in-state rival. Sachet. That hurt just to do it. Even a mock draft, this is tough. This is really tough. The teams after us, the Pistons, the Hornets, and the Blazers, don't need a guard. Rob Dillingham is there. I don't think we have to take him right now. I'm not touching Topic. This is actually kind of tough. Where do we go from here, Spurs fans? Where do we go? I really don't know. I think the Pistons, most mocks have them taking Buzelis, the Hornets, Stephon Castle, the Blazers, Ron Holland. Do we reach on the draft a little bit? I don't want to start drafting. Do we take somebody like Cody Williams? You guys have talked about Zach Edey. I feel like that would be, there's the Twin Towers thing. Not exactly the same. I'm at a loss. I'm actually kind of stuck here, because Dillingham seems to be the choice at 4. Some of you want Reed Shepherd. From what I'm reading, the Spurs, I'm sorry, I'm struggling with this. If the draft night plays out just like this, with Sarr going 1, Klingon 2, and Rasashe 3, that really puts us in a pickle, because we need an obvious upgrade over Julian Champagnie at the 3. And we clearly, I don't want to say clearly saw Trey Jones, but I do feel like the Spurs want to get an upgrade at point guard. I think Dillingham will be there at 8. I do. Based on everything I've been reading, he'll be there at 8. So what do we do? Do we take Buzelis? Do we jump in front of that? Do we take the player the Pistons are projected to take? Do we take Dalton Knecht? Am I saying that right? Oh, I hate this. I hate that the Hawks get the first overall pick. Good grief. And then the Rockets are up there too at 3. I love our 4 and 8, but I also hate what's going on in front of us. I think we take Holland? Do we take a chance at Holland at 4? Seriously, what do we do as Spurs fans? I'm struggling here. This is going to be what's happening June 26th. Not necessarily in this order, but June 26th, we're all going to be watching the draft. We live with Miss TSR making our camera review. And we could find ourselves in this situation. And as a spectator and as a Spurs fan, I don't know how I'd feel in this spot. I'm just trying to mock a freaking draft right now for, just for entertainment for the channel, just create conversation. And I don't know what I want to do right here. And this is the thing that sucks this year compared to last year. Last year was clearly Victor Wembanyama, first overall, no doubt about it. Boom, shakalaka, we're taking Wemby. This year, I know Holland's got a lot of athletic upsides, had a lot of things he needs to work on. I think I go with the best upgrade at 3 available. Zealous, 6'10", brings a lot of height in. I don't know if that's the right pick, Spurs fans. It's what I'm going with. So the Pistons have been mocked to take Buzelis a lot. So I think they're still going to go small forward. So in this case, I think they'll take Dalton. Up next, the Charlotte Hornets. Seems like everybody's got the Hornets taking Stephon Castle, and we'll continue on with that. Stephon Castle. Sorry, Nikola, I think, is just going to really drop. We got one more pick before we get to the final pick for our Spurs, the Blazers. I see a lot of mocks having them take Ron Holland. I'm going to stick with that. Ron Holland. Boop. And then that leaves our Spurs with a point guard. Rob Dillingham, Reed Shepherd, Isaiah Collier, Nikola Topic. The guards are there in abundance. Let me actually put it down here so you can see them all. A lot of you had said you want Dillingham. A lot of you said you want Reed Shepherd. Shepherd would not be the most natural point guard fit. Based on Collier's play at the end of the season, I don't like what I'm reading about him. You know what? BPA. Rob Dillingham. Oh my gosh. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how I feel about this, Spurs fans. I did a little research on Matej Buzelis. Maybe I'm saying his name wrong. I could see this playing out something like this. Something similar. I do think there's a good chance we get Rob Dillingham in this draft. I don't think we... Or do we... This is why people hate this draft, by the way. This is why people actually can't tolerate it. Could we take Shaitan Castle at 4, and then my girlfriend absolutely loves the Spurs even to no end because they take your UConn point guard? Oh, actually, isn't Tristan Newton the point guard? Is he more of a shooting guard? Castle more of a hybrid guard? Anyway, I'm thinking out loud. I do see us drafting a small forward and a point guard. I think that's pretty much set, unless there's a trade before the draft. The question is going to be, which one? With Topic getting injured, it could something happen where Versace drops to 4, or you guys have talked about this. Could the Spurs trade the 4th overall pick plus one of Atlanta's first round picks, maybe a second round pick for the 1st overall pick? Or is Atlanta locked in on that 1st overall pick? Or could we trade with, who's that to? Oh my gosh. The Wizards. I'm looking at the logo. The Washington Wizards. Would they be willing to trade down to 4? And we trade them some draft capital? This week has just totally thrown everything in a tailspin. With the Hawks moving up as far as they did, with the Rockets moving up. I am more... If one thing is certain, Spurs fans, at this point in time, I'm more uncertain going into this draft than I was at any other point this year. Seriously, I am at total loss for words on who we're going to pick now. I think positionally, small forward and point guard, but who the heck knows now? I don't think Sarr drops to 4. I know a lot of you want Sarr. I can't see any way, shape, or form he drops to 4. I doubt where Shea drops to 4, but you never know. If Versace is available at 4, then we take a point guard at 8, whether it's Rob Dillingham, Stephon Castle, if he somehow drops down to there, Reed Shepherd, whoever it may be. It's some sort of point guard in training, if you will. But my goodness, Spurs fans, I am sorry if I'm all over the place in this video, but this is how I feel about this draft right now. I am just don't know. I just don't know. It's not obvious. That being said, if you're still here at the, oh my goodness, 10-minute mark and you've enjoyed the video, please hit the like. And if you are a Spurs fan and want to join an awesome Spurs community, we'd love to have you join the channel. We do live streams for the games, the lotteries, the drafts. Love covering our Spurs. And of course, if you haven't dropped a comment already, what do you think? Do you agree at least positionally with what I'm saying about our Spurs with the draft? Do you think this is kind of how it may shape out? Who knows? It'll be fun to talk about until it happens, and we'll see. So thank you all, and as always, go Spurs go.
Ready to the game on. Ready to the game on. And then you press it to Wembley.